across Cuba, which this has going north a little bit. So
you can almost feel the excitement in the WRC Weather Center as meteorologist Doug Kammerer pulls up radar showing a storm in the Atlantic.
So, hello.
Hurricane Irma.
Hello. Oh, shoot. Wow. 9:23.
Yeah, 9:23.
Holy cow.
A storm that would hit the Florida coast 8 days later.
You're looking at a Category 4, Category 5 hurricane coming into into the Bahamas and then down towards Florida.
His love for the weather is genuine.
This looks like it's gone right there.
Storm Team 4 Chief Meteorologist Doug Kammerer.
Kammerer is WRC-TV's chief weather guy. He was born in Washington, D.C. and grew up in Northern Virginia. When he was a kid, he remembers not playing video games or watching ESPN. He spent his free time watching the Weather Channel.
I mean, I was glued to the Weather Channel. I've loved weather ever since I was a kid. Loved thunder, loved lightning. I think, one of the stories I tell the kids that I go see all the time is, I had this huge thunderstorm at my house, and I'm watching this storm, and a bolt of lightning hit very close to my house. And ever since then, I wanted to know what causes lightning, what causes thunder, why does lightning come first, thunder comes second, why does it snow so much, and why can't the weather guys ever get the amount of snow right at my house?
As a high school student, he did a math project and called on his idol, Bob Ryan, for advice. One thing led to another, and the next thing he knew, he was at the station with his predecessor.
I called Bob. I always loved weather. I literally called him and said, hey, I'm interested in doing weather. I'm doing a math project. I would like to come in and interview you about that project. And he let me come in. I'm 16. It's the first time on the Beltway. I come into the station. I meet Bob, met Jim and Doreen, walked into the studio for the first time. Bob Ryan actually put me on the green screen to show me what it was like, and I was hooked.
Kammerer went on to study meteorology and play baseball at the University of Northern Colorado. His first job out of college was at a station in Macon, Georgia, where he wore many hats.
I was the morning meteorologist / co-anchor. I'd get done with the show, and then I'd be a photographer. Well, hey guys, got to let you know, Halloween about a month and a half away, but look, Pumpkinland.
He then went on to the NBC affiliate in Philadelphia, where he kept in touch with Bob Ryan. And then one day he got the call that brought him back home.
When I found out he was retiring, and then they called me and offered me the job, I couldn't believe it. And Bob was one of the first to congratulate me on the position and welcome me back into the DC area. A dream of mine since I can remember. I always wanted to come back here.
That was back in 2010. Kammerer was working on the set with the team he met when he first came to the channel when he was just a sophomore in high school.
Both Jim and Doreen took me to dinner before I got the job to see if I was going to make it. And the best part about it was as soon as I sat down, I felt so comfortable with them. And part of that was that I watched them growing up.
He and Jim Vance grew to be good friends over the years. Kammerer says the late anchor's humility allowed him to ease into the job and be himself.
Being around Vance and seeing him every single day, walking by him, it never got old. It was always like, hey, that's Jim Vance. And he never took that as, hey, I'm Jim Vance. He was always your friend, and he was always the most welcoming person in the room. So we continue to track the storms making its way our way.
Doug Kammerer is the real deal. No teleprompter. He delivers his forecast off the cuff. He explains any weather situation in a way that gains your trust, like he's your neighbor. But he takes his work very seriously.
If you've got some plans, we're going to get some pretty good showers coming in. Some could be a couple of heavier showers.
He says it's his job to prepare his viewers for the day and protect folks from what might be coming.
I really need a lot of time, guys. We really need more time.
So when he's sending someone out to work when snow is in the forecast, it's game time.
Well, weather's the one thing that affects almost 100% of the people 100% of the time, especially when we have inclement weather. I'm looking at right now with the model data that's coming in. How's the weekend going to be? Making sure that you're ready to go for the rain coming in at 4 o'clock. What should you be taking care of? Do you need the umbrella? Or you've got the clouds coming in? Or do you need the coats? How do you, one, prepare for the day, and two, protect your family? So that's really what my job is. I'm preparing you for the day. A couple of tornadoes. So I don't know if we've got some footage yet out of there.
And during his time at WRC, there have been a couple of weather events where he has been put to the test.
I think the first thing was the earthquake. And weather, we're not just the meteorologists, we're also the station scientists, because we've studied this kind of thing. So I was the lead on the earthquake when we had it. I was on the air for almost 2 hours straight. Then you've got the hurricanes that have come up over the past couple of years. And then we had the blizzard of 2016. So that's one of those that gets me excited as a meteorologist, but at the same time makes me think a little bit, okay, I've got to really go into protection mode and really help people to get through the storm.
Kammerer and his wife Holly live in Chevy Chase with their 2 young children. When they moved back to the area, they chose Montgomery County for its convenience and stellar school system. We
came to Montgomery County, my wife and I, biggest thing was the school systems. One of the top school systems in the country. I came from Fairfax, another top school system in the country, but for us it was ease of getting to work. It was going to be the ease of using Metro to get into downtown DC if I ever need to do that. So living in the Bethesda Chevy Chase area where we live now, we really feel like that's the new hub of what it is in the DC metro area. So we love living in Montgomery County now. Montgomery County's really grabbed the places in our hearts, and I hope we stay here for a long time.
So if you see this affable guy out and about in the community, don't be afraid to ask him about the weather. But be prepared for a full forecast if you do.
I really love talking about the weather, and if you talk to me about it, you better be ready to sit there and listen, because I'm going to have a lot to say. If you're asking me about the forecast for Saturday, I'm going to break it down for you. If you're asking me about the storm, I'm going to break it down for you. It's not going to be hey Doug, what's the weather? Oh, it's going to be great, and then I'm out the door. You better be ready to spend some time with me, because I really want to talk to you about it.
At 42, Doug Kammerer has been forecasting the weather for close to 20 years. And with any luck, folks will be able to watch him for years to come.
From the Storm Center, I'm Storm Team 4 Chief Meteorologist Doug Kammerer.